What's up, people? Got a carrier today. Y'all have seen, y'all will see what I saw when I saw it. Okay, I didn't go ahead of time and learn anything or anything like that. So we got a few lessons here. One is, when you find the first issue, which is the obvious one, that don't mean there ain't something else that might be going on beyond that. Okay, it's not a very old one, but this reiterates and solidifies my stand on all this dual speed variable ECM blah blah efficiency blah, because whenever they fail, it ain't cheap. And all that money you save in electricity, might as well kiss it goodbye. Throw it in the trash. Anyway, off of my soapbox, okay? Enjoy the video. There will be a part, 2 at some point. I don't know, if I'll label it part 2, but when I do the repairs, and I will do the repairs, I'll shoot another one, okay? Enjoy it. See, I've tried to make several videos, but two things are happening. The main one, is making the GoPro take a crap in like 15 minutes. So that ain't good. Other thing that's happening is getting a lot of calls at these coffee shops, and they play loud music. And I mean, like, super loud. And I can't play those videos. I gotta learn how to voice over, mute the video, and so for that I need to get a daggone microphone. We got 104 I believe is this carrier right here. Yeah, that's this guy. Not cooling, went down into space, 91 in the space, set to 75. Let's see if we can diagnose this really quick before the GoPro decides to take another crap. I did check the breaker. Breaker is on. I brought the bare minimum, which is an impact, my voltmeter, and my gauges. I think, well, I'm on the wrong side is what I think. Get on the other side, moron. Come on. I think what I'm gonna go ahead and take the guess that this feller ain't working. Something about low voltage. That's what I'm gonna guess right now, because she ain't doing nothing. And we don't have a trip breaker. Thermostat's calling. That doesn't, well, thermostat says it's calling. That doesn't mean it's actually calling. The old GoPro hat's about to just fall apart on me, people. Maybe about time to pony up another 10 doll hairs and give me another one. I don't know, I've seen those headband things, but I need something to keep the sun off my head too. It's been 100 degrees every day for quite a few of them days. More panels. What do y'all think? Take your bets, take your guesses. What do you think? Low voltage? Oh, more panels. Carrier. We want triple, quadruple protection. So if something arcs out, it'll arc out on all 3 panels. Ah. Okay. That one hurt my finger. What do we got here? We got the thing on the deal here. And this thing goes to this deal, and that thing goes to that deal. Well, that's weird. So it looks like that goes to R and to common. So that's my smoke detector. So the smoke detector is this wire right here, and this wire coming in from the bottom is my thermostat wire. So yeah, it doesn't even look like it's wired up right, people. I can see that my transformer is tripped, but before I do anything with the transformer, I want to fix this. Let's see. They don't have anything going into R. Okay, R is going to provide my 24 volts, but I don't have anything providing that to R. So I see a 24 volt in the common that's going to the smoke detector, and then this is my outgoing from the smoke detector that goes into my thermostat. But I don't like the way they hooked that up. It doesn't make any sense, because we're not getting any 24 volts from the unit. Y1 and Y2 are jumped out. Who cares about that? Maybe I'm looking at this with my eyes crossed up, because I mean, it's possible. Just because I haven't seen it wired like this doesn't mean it ain't right. But I am looking at, yeah, I don't see how you're providing 24 volts to your smoke detector. You have to give it voltage from the transformer in order for it to be able to break the voltage, and I don't see anywhere this is actually giving voltage to the transformer. So what we gonna do today, dadgummit, I need my dang strippers. I'm gonna wire this up the way I would wire it, which is going to be breaking the 24 at the transformer. One side is going to go through the smoke detector and then come back out, and it's going to come out to R, which is going to actually be connected to R, not this. Unless somehow they have that. No, they don't have. There's no way. There's nowhere that they have 24 going into the smoke detector. So, yeah, I'm going to go get them strippers. And I'm going to redo this thing. And we'll reset the transformer and see if she runs the way I want to wire it. Hey, you know what? Let's see if the smoke detector's in here first. Sometimes they put them in here. I really hope it is in here, because sometimes they put it in the daggum duct, which means you need a freaking scissor lift to get to it. I'm sorry, people, but I think putting a smoke detector in the duct is the dumbest thing in the world when you have a 20-foot ceiling. 20-foot ceiling. So the only way, when that thing trips, the only way to reset it is to get a scissor lift, go to the top, and push a button. Or otherwise, if you put it in the unit at the return, you can just pop this panel off and push the button. A lot easier, a lot more practical. Okay, I'm not saying it's wrong to put it in the duct, but you don't make it serviceable when you do that. Maybe it's easier when you're, no, it is in the duct. Sweet. Yep, there she is, right there. I would not have mounted it like that. Does it work? I don't know, probably. Let's see here. I might have to pull them wires off and make sure that that thing's wired right. It looks like the original wiring. This thing probably has been replaced. Look, the filters are dirty, so it's worked at some point. So you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna dig into that smoke detector yet. Not yet. I'll dig into it in a minute. We got us a couple tools here. I'm gonna turn this thing off. No, I'm gonna be working on the low voltage side, but I really don't, you know, want to get zapped. That's all. You know, that's okay. Should have brought more tools. I know, I'll be like, don't you always bring your tool bag because you don't like making trips? That's true. I usually do, but this time, you see, it's a 25-foot climb, all right? And maybe I should have brought them. I don't like those dang cages around the ladders trying to carry your dang backpack up. Because it is a rough climb. So usually what I've been starting to do is take the bare necessities and usually just have to make one trip. If it's an easier climb, I won't have to do all that crap. Why we put all the zip ties? If these major companies would reduce the amount of zip ties, I bet you the CEOs would make a killing of a bonus. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this guy off. That's why I brought the needle nose, honestly. Let's be real here. Good gosh. Come on. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna pull some slack out on her. Hopefully y'all can see this for two reasons. One, because I want you to see it, but two, because if you can see it, that means the GoPro's out of the blistering ball of fire in the sky. You know what? We're gonna have to work with that. It is what it is. So what I'm going to do is, so you think about this clearly, we're gonna assume that this is 24 in common supplied to the smoke detector. So I'm gonna leave the common where it is, and we're gonna put 24 on one side of this. Oh no, he cut the wire. That's okay, people. It's okay. Calm down. We're gonna be all right, because your boy brings them wire nuts. Okay, got them things in the pocket. Should always keep the wire nuts in the pocket. Okay. Okay. So where am I at? Do I have a screwdriver? Yes, I do. That would have been funny if I had to go get a screwdriver. All right, so we're gonna make this be the one that is actually supplying my voltage, or supplying my voltage to the smoke detector. It should be going into a 24 volt, and then that should be jumped over to common on the smoke detector. Should. Okay. 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 And this is going to need to be stripped back some more so it'll reach, because we're lacking some wireage. That did not work like I wanted. I'm going to get this a good pull. It should not, it's not doing what it should do, which is just strip right open. Let me tell you what it's not doing, and that's stripping right open. It just needs to get a little start. Well, that's not what I wanted, but let's see if mission's accomplished. All right, mission accomplished. So there's one side, okay? The other side is right here. That's going to be providing voltage to the unit, okay? So that side, we're going to say, is this guy right here that they have going into R. Which, having this go into R is not necessarily a bad thing. The problem is, you're not giving it any voltage. So, well, I guess technically, you know what, now that I'm saying this all out loud, y'all are probably screaming at me. I guess you are giving it voltage, because the voltage should be supplied into the control board and out of R. So I have a feeling that whatever tripped it before is going to trip it again, but whatever. Now, see, here's the good thing, positive notes, okay? You've seen two different ways to wire the smoke detector in the actual unit. There. See? We're learning stuff, okay? We're learning stuff, okay? That is into the white, out to the red, and then we're going to hook our thermostat up to R, and that is going to give our voltage to the thermostat. There. Reset. Hit the power, and what we're going to do is we're going to see when it trips. If it trips the second I turn the power on, hey, that means A could be a list of things, by the way. Or does it trip as soon as the blower turns on, or as soon as the compressor turns on? And that'll give us an idea of where we need to follow to find wherever this low voltage issue is. Capiche? Comprendar? Let's go. Ready? Bring the fire! No tripping. Hopefully y'all can see this. Tripped. Okay, that would have probably been right when the blower was supposed to come on, and this blower runs on. What turns the blower on? There's usually a relay or a contactor. Okay, that's going to be indoor fan motor. It's going to run off this control board right here. We're going to reset it and see if it trips again. Yep. So what I do with low voltage things, guys, unplug one thing at a time until we find out what you're unplugging that actually works. So I'm going to try, this is the compressor. We'll try this one next. If it pops again, I'm going to start unplugging the voltage wires, the low voltage wires that go to and from the thermostat. We'll start off by bypassing the smoke detector and then go from there. Eventually, this transformer will start getting too hot and I'll have to wait for it to cool off, in which case I'll probably go get my popper, which I might even have on me. Okay, looks like we don't have anything going on, and that was to the compressor contactor. So do we have an issue with the compressor? Here's how we're going to figure that out. Okay, we're going to take 24 volts and put it directly onto the contactor. If the transformer trips, we probably have a bad coil. Easy repair. Swap out the contactor. Should be, I should never say that. Never say easy repair, people. What I can tell you is I unplugged the compressor and the dang thing ain't tripping. So what we're going to do is I'm going to find which side is my common, which is going to be, not the common, the 24 volts. We're going to touch it and see if we get a trip. 3, 2, 1. Can y'all see? I hope so. I don't think I hit the thing. All right. Your boy don't see no tripping, but I also don't see the contactor pulling in. The contactor, well, there goes all the daggum screws. I almost said a cuss word, but I didn't. So, well, you know, we're gonna have some missing parts. Most of them will be there. It's gonna be all right. Let's get out the flucometer before my GoPro takes a crap on me again. And make sure I'm getting 24 volts to R. And let's see here. And then I'm going to take those wires. I'm going to follow them and find out where they go. Because it looks like they're going back into the blower compartment, which I would hesitate to believe that this is a blower. Let's see here. Well, that's it. Not these right here. No, that's compressor. I am getting 24 volts. And I am getting 24 volts to my contactor, but I'm not getting a common. The commons should always be connected. Well, let's just do that thing. Let's put a common on it. So that the common that comes off of this harness that goes into the control board for the compressor, there is a common that comes off of that, which usually your commons are daisy chained, but I mean, I guess you can't usually anything nowadays, right? Let's not usually it. I'm gonna go up here to my common up here, which we know is connected to a common. And now let's see what happens when I touch this. It just works perfectly fine. That's what happens. Okay, okay. That's not what I wanted to see. Need to see why. Okay, I'm gonna do some more digging and I'll come back and let y'all know what I did, just so I can turn this thing off, make sure it lasts. I'll be back. I found out stuff, okay? I traced back each one of these wires. The first two I traced back are gonna be these two right here, brown and blue. They're gonna go to the contactor coil for the compressor, which we already know is good. It takes 24 volts like a champ. Good. All right, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I traced out these blue and black wire. I mean, yeah, I don't know my colors, people. That's brown and black, okay? Trace those back and they go to the compressor, which I'm like, why? Why do they go to the compressor? And then it went ding, 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 ding. Dawned on me. Here's where they go. It was plugged in, okay? Let me see. You can see it in the light here. She's half rusted over. Looks like got filled up with water. This is the second stage. It's a two-stage compressor, so it's got two speeds. The problem is that if this one's shorted out, I mean, at this point, I don't mess with two-stage compressors a whole lot, so I don't even know if it's going to work. But we'll see if it'll work with this unplugged, and then if it does, I'll try to clean that out real good, and then, you know, sand off the leads on the other side. But I think there's a good chance that the switch, there's a low voltage switch inside the compressor that tells stage 2 to come on or turn off or whatever. If that switch is causing a low voltage trip, then we got to replace the compressor. So one of the reasons I hate two-stage things, three-stage, like, they'll save you a little bit of electricity, right? Yeah, we all know they're a little energy efficient because they don't run full blast all the time. But okay, number one, we're in Texas, all right? It's hot. There ain't no need to go, you know, 50%. We need to go full blast all the time. And number two, that's more reason or more things that can mess up. A little bitty low voltage switch inside the compressor will cause the whole thing to just be worthless, even though it'll work on one stage. It saves you electricity, but it does that money that you're saving plus a whole lot more you're going to be spending in repairs. Now hopefully this compressor is under warranty. I highly doubt it, but this does not look like a really old unit, so I'm going to call about that first. And maybe we got a compressor replacement ahead of us. I don't know. Let's see if it works with that thing unplugged on that stage. Power's on. I'm gonna plug her in, see what happens. We don't have a trip. And it just tripped. So that's lovely. That's just great. Wonder if those wires are nicked somewhere along the way. Maybe I'll move them around a little bit and see. Ohm them out. Maybe I should try that. Let me get back to it. I'll get back with you in a minute. 37 seconds since I last ended the last clip. Look what I found out. Okay. Make sure we're not plugged in on the other side. Alright, harness unplugged. So, on this side, this should be completely open. When we do the thing here, shows full continuity, which means these are like melted together or something inside this plastic or this rubber. So it almost seems like it'll run if I cut these wires. The thing that I don't get, and maybe I just didn't get good contact on the other side, is it should have showed continuity on the other side too. If it does not, then we have a broken wire somewhere, probably melted inside that harness. But if we go to this side and check continuity, let's turn off the power just for safety, you know. Let's check continuity over here. I'm engaged. I got 0 open load. So those wires, which makes no sense. Are they supposed? They're not supposed to have continuity. There's no continuity on this side. There is continuity on that side. So even cutting the wires isn't going to do us any good. I mean, it might. I don't know. Let's cut them and see. What's the worst that can happen? We find out we need to get a new harness. I'll leave plenty of room for repairs if we need to do that. Cut them. We're going to make sure they're not, you know, sitting on anything. We obviously have an issue because we have continuity at one end, we don't have continuity at the other end. Something is melted, burned up, fried, something or something. We'll go for round 7. Ready? Oh, gotta plug it in. Let me plug it in. And where is, there it is. She comes right on. So all we need to do is get us a new harness. We're going to let her run on this stage for now, and we'll order up a new harness. I gotta make sure the blower's going. Is the blower going? That's bugging me. It might be a direct drive. If the blower ain't going, we're going to have some problems. We're going to have bigger problems if I don't put this panel on. Oh, that's the wrong panel. She don't fit, Matthew. Goodness. All right, let's see if the blower's going. The blower is not going. Maybe that's another issue. Blower is supposed to go, see if we're getting 24 to G. That's the wrong setting on my voltmeter. We are getting 24 to G. Now why ain't my dang gum blower going? Let's see if it's going now. Maybe it just took a second. Maybe it's on a delay. I don't feel any air moving. Yeah. High tech. High tech equals high cost equals harder to diagnose. Just leave things simple. I'm the simple guy, okay? Gonna make things all complicated and crazy. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop, hoop. This thing has never been removed. Oh my gosh. Screwdriver. Wow, she is stuck on there. There we go. There goes all my stuff. Okay. Why aren't you going? Do stuff. Ready, go. Wonder if it's getting power. Let's see if it's getting power. Ugh. 75 wires, people. It's gonna be this, probably this black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I'm getting 230 and 230. She's getting power. Blower ain't moving. Super lovely. I thought we was gonna have a thing going on here. Thought we were on the same page. These blowers are easy to replace. Some screws, slap in, call it a day. The ECM in this thing probably took a crap. Wonderful. Give me a minute. I'm gonna pop it off and see if I can't figure something out. So we're still going. there's the ECM module. She's warm, okay? This thing ain't gonna work. We're gonna need a new blower. Minimum module, but I'm gonna get the blower assembly because it just slaps right in there, people. It's easy, got some screws to do and some things and whatnot. And no point in letting it run right now. I'm gonna turn it off at the disconnect and we can all move on with our lives. There's gonna be a part 2 to this, so you can see my repairs, okay? I'm gonna replace the harness that goes to the second stage of the compressor and hope that we don't melt another one, because if we do, we need a new compressor. And we're gonna replace this blower because we are getting full voltage here, but she is just not kicking. So that's all I got for today. That's all I got for today. I don't know. Maybe sometimes they work when you unplug them and plug them back in. Can I get this thing back in? There we go. Get it, Rob. Get in there. Hey. Boom. Nothing. You know, before I let y'all go, I'm gonna make sure I'm getting low voltage. Just because the ECM is getting voltage doesn't mean it's telling it to turn on. That's gonna be on my little wire side. See what we're getting here. Did I just make a mistake? Slightly possible. I'm not getting anything on my low voltage side. Let me go back and see if I can figure some more stuff out. While this, you know, while this coil freezes up, I can get my head in here. Oh, it's nice and cool. Ooh, yeah, buddy. That is a cold evap. I'm not gonna let it freeze, all right? I'll make sure and kill it before then, but it is about a 7 kabillion degrees outside. I think we're gonna be all right, okay? Give a place for my GoPro to cool off. I'll be back. I guess here I go to making things harder than they have to be. So I went back to the control board and checked AC and DC voltage from this harness out from the control board, and I'm not getting any of either one on any one of the 3 to ground or any one of the 3 with the other one. I don't think our control board's telling the thing to do stuff. Pretty obvious, since I do have 24 volts going to G, but I ain't got nothing coming out of here, which is the only thing that's going to tell that to come on. So I'm in a pickle here. All right, we know we need a harness for the compressor. That's a gimme. We know it. Cool. We're going to get that ordered in. Too easy. I know that the control board's bad, but I cannot prove that the ECM is good in the blower. So I'm not going to make multiple trips. We're going to quote them for a control board, a blower, and the harness. And we're going to make sure that we leave here with this thing cooling after those parts are put in. I'm not making trips. Like if this was a plain unit and I could just steal 24 volts from somewhere and shove it on a contactor and see if the thing turns on, well, that's one thing. But the wiring diagram does not give me how many volts or if it's AC or DC is required for the blower to run. It's probably DC. I don't see an inverter, but whenever you have variable speeds, and that blower is definitely variable speed, it has a potentiometer right here which controls the hertz, so that is going to be DC voltage. If I don't know how many of the things to put on the deal, I ain't gonna do it because there ain't no point. So Let's let her eat a little bit. Walk around on this roof. You know what I'm gonna do to that thing. Probably be a week or two before we get her running. The space is not occupied, so I'm not terribly worried about running around town and finding the thing today. This guy is tall, been replaced because it's on a curb adapter. Thing used to sit this way, and the curb adapter makes it sit this way. We're going to be doing a couple of installs like that pretty darn soon. Goodman. I should just rename them Badman. I'm not a Goodman fan, just in case you couldn't tell. Man, I can't even tell. Those look like they could be Carriers, but those could be Goodmans. That's obviously a train. That's a train. Both of those are on curb adapters also. So, man, they got replaced a hot minute ago. These old fellows are Daikin's. Man, I'm not a Daikin fan either. I know, Matthew, you hate everything. Man, I don't hate everything, okay? The 30-year-old trains, love them. Just built like a tank. Within the last 10 years, trains, pieces of junk. The main components are just fine, but they went cheap on all of the other components, contactors, relays, and whatnot, which is causing all your main components to take crap, because your contactor loses one phase of power on a 3-phase unit, and you're single phasing that compressor. If you don't have a protection on it, which most of them don't, blow up a perfectly good compressor because of a cheap part you decided to put on there. I've come across that more than once on newer trains, warranty replacements, and they could save the money if they just spin it right off the bat. That looks like a Lennox over there. Maybe another train. Looks like a train, acts like a train, talks like a train. She's a train. She's running too. This is not a Lennox. What is this? It might be a Lennox. It ain't working, I can tell you that much. That's a York. Woo! That thing ain't worth the copper that's in it. Wow. What a little piece of junk. Hey, there's the power for it. It's that Wi-Fi power. You know, turn it on and watch it go. Ready? No! Ah! Wi-Fi power didn't work. Someone must need to reset the router or something. Ain't much else on this roof, all right? Got some gas lines and some wires. Anywho's, this Carrier's the newest thing on this roof. I still don't know how old it is. I didn't go look at the data tag. I highly doubt any of this stuff is going to be under warranty. And I really hope that whenever I put the new harness in, that she goes to town, because I don't want to be replacing the compressor. This is only 4 years old, so that compressor is not covered under warranty. The blower is not covered under warranty. They're covered for 1 year manufacturer warranty unless they're registered, and sometimes they'll cover them for 3, very rarely 5, but I've seen 3. Aeons, I've seen 5, but not Carriers. I think we're probably talking about a 1 year from the manufacturer. I doubt it was ever registered. Most of these aren't. Anyway, I'll come back with a part 2. We'll do a control board, we'll do a harness, run the wires and whatnot, do a blower, and all that shouldn't take that long. And hopefully the switch inside the compressor is not bad, and it actually runs like it's supposed to, just so you know you can fill up with water one more time and do the same thing. Cool. Overpriced, people, over-engineered, spending more money. I'm gonna get on with my day, clean all this crap up, move on to the next one after I get all this stuff quoted. Till next time. Deuces.